Castor gets desensitized to some ropes around his legs, so I'm going to use this extra length of long rope and put it around each of his legs and then teach him to respond to pressure from it. So this lesson is going to help teach him to not be afraid of the rope, which needs to be done first. It's just going to be just another form of it, so all the desensitizing needs to be done first. So there I just kind of put it around his front leg, held each end in my hand, and then got attacked by a bug real quick, but and then um, and then while it was around that front leg, I just moved it a little bit and then clicked and then fed him. So I just want to get him used to, hey, this rope's going to go around your leg and kind of show him what's going to happen first. And then I'm going to go ahead and apply a very gentle pressure. There he went ahead and picked up his foot, so I'm going to click and feed that. So depending on your horse, you might have to do a lot more desensitizing. Just make sure your basic desensitizing is done first. So you can fold up that rope and touch all four of the legs. Then you can like swing the rope around each of the legs, and the horse is cool with that before you start doing this. And you might have to do this where I'm putting the rope around his leg and just touching it and then clicking and feeding for that touch. You might have to do that for a while. I'm going to have to do that a lot more for Atlas because he's a lot more sensitive to rope specifically. Castor there picked up his foot. Perfect. So I'm going to click while it picks up, and then I'll release my pressure at the same time and then take the rope off. I take it off each time. You don't have to. I like to do it because I like to go ahead and do a little bit more desensitizing when I put the rope back on. And at this time, I know he took a step back when I asked. I just want him to pick his foot up in response to the rope pressure, but ideally, I would want him to bring that front foot forward. So if he were to get stuck in a fence or some other rope type situation, he would be bringing his foot forward and releasing it from whatever it was trapped in. But this is his very first lesson with rope. I'm just happy that he's giving to the pressure, and I'm not going to worry about it too much right now. So got his back foot here. I don't think I did any desensitizing on this foot, which I probably could have, but really like he looks pretty relaxed. I think we're okay. I would just see it on a horse by horse basis. Obviously, if I was doing Atlas, who's a lot more reactive, I would make sure that it's done. Castor's pretty cool with it. So I just kind of pull with the rope off to the side a little bit and just hold gentle pressure. I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not going to bump on it or anything. Good. Click right there, let go, take it off. I'll go mystery. But I'm just going to hold and just kind of wait there. And then once he moves even a little bit, it might not be the whole leg lifting up, but just a little bit, I'll click and reward. But it is important that you have the desensitizing and that your horse does pick up all 4 feet before you do this, because they have to understand like what the pressure is and what you want. You wanting that hoof lift up, and if you don't have those two things, it's not going to go well. So same process on that other front foot. Again, not the best angle, but well, we got to deal with what we got here. So again, he's moving back. That's okay. I'm not super worried about that. I'm just happy that he went ahead and picked up his foot. There we go. And then I guess I decided in the middle of that I wanted his foot forward. I definitely let go while that first time when he moved his foot back, but I did not click and feed. That second time I did click and feed, give him a little jackpot. So just fed him twice because he picked up that foot and brought it forward. So this is also good for like if you're going to prep a horse to be work with the farrier. This is a good lesson for that. And again, I skipped the desensitizing on this back hind leg. I'm just going to go ahead and apply a little bit of pressure and see if he will just pick this one forward. He looks like he's just about to take a nap instead, which is good. I mean, I'd rather have the horse just kind of be sleeping. I couldn't even tell there that he picked it up, but I'm sure he did. Um, Not the greatest angle, but I'd rather him just kind of chill and be like, eh, and not like try a whole lot. And I have to shape it a little bit, make it to where he's picking up his foot, because if he did get caught in something, then chances are that he's gonna be like, eh, whatever. Like it's not a big deal. The horses you really have to work with are the ones who are terrified and of the rope and nervous about it on their legs and are overreactive. So that's what we have to really think about. All of them should have it done, but those are the ones we're gonna really be doing a lot of work with. So this one, he's kind of stuck. He's also has weight on this foot too, so it might be a good idea at this point for me to just ask him to take a step forward, and then he'd be more in a better position to take the weight off that foot. So he keeps giving me that right, left, or the left front leg. He's just a little confused here, and he's trying to shift his weight here. I should just ask him to move forward, and that would have helped him out a lot. And he was a little confused and just went into the hindquarter yield. That's okay. I'm just going to bring him back. And he's not being bad or anything. He's just confused. So I shouldn't have pulled the rope over his head. That's not going to help anybody. That's like when you see those old westerns and they're neck reining and it's like way over their face. It pulls so much the other way, you're actually turning the opposite direction. That's what it looked like there. Is I pulled it over his neck to the right and it actually was turning his head to the left. So just get him set back up. Not a big deal. He thinks he needs to be on that side. I'm just going to bring him back and let him hang out here and start again. He's I'm not sure exactly what his thought process was. I think he probably got a little scared when I asked him to, or when I pulled him kind of back over there. I'm not super sure, but I'm just gonna go back. Be like, hey, we're just chilling. We're not doing anything crazy. Go back to the rope. Go back a step. Make sure he's cool with that, and then we'll bring the rope back and play with that again. So hopefully I can see this from a little bit better angle here. You do have to be careful. I mean, obviously you should have the desensitizing done and the picking of the hind foot already taken care of so that you can put the rope on the horse's legs nicely and safely. But um, make sure you can do that first. If you can't, that's okay. You can toss the rope around and then pick it up, and or you can use a stick to do that as well. Like use the stick to move the rope. But there, before I moved him up to the mounting block, I just went ahead and tossed the rope around his leg, just in case that was what he was worried about. Do a little desensitizing, and then I'll go ahead and ask for this. So now I'm in a little bit better position. You guys can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to hang out and let him just kind of think about this. I like his positioning. There, that was actually beautiful. That's the best one he's done so far, unless he did it that well on the other side, and his tail and his opposite leg was blocking it. But that was exactly what I'm looking for. That on all 4 feet, and you're good to go. Like I'd be cool with that. And I wouldn't really do that lesson very much. Very nice. So if for some reason he's thinking hindquarter yield, it might be my body positioning because I am kind of like in the middle of his belly area. Um, but that's okay. I'm happy with him trying to figure it out and how he's responding. Like he's nice and slow. He's thinking it through. He's picking that foot up. And again, like he's picking up his foot there. I'm gonna click and feed. Some might pick it up and pull it away. That's a possibility as well. So you might have to train that too. So you have to be really good with your timing. As soon as that foot lifts, you're gonna release and you're gonna bring your arms forward so that there's slack in the rope. Then, if you want, you can work on, once you get that lift all the time, you can ask for, when they lift up, you can hold their foot up and like pull the foot up in the air if you want and hold it with the rope. But make sure you do that in baby steps and that you've been releasing the whole time so that they know that what you want is that hoof lift, and then you can go ahead and shape a hold, just like you would when you're teaching the horse to pick up their feet. So I would click for the pickup. Here he's just confused with the other rope. He thinks he might have to back up or lunge or something. And it's okay if he is going forward, like if he just thinks he's supposed to walk forward or if he thinks he's supposed to lunge forward or whatever, like on a circle. Um, like that's okay if he's thinking something else and you inadvertently get that hoof lift. That's okay. He's stepping on the rope here. So I was trying to see if he'd come off of it, if it made some pressure under his hoof. So Castor is just kind of offering me things here. Part of that is going to be definitely my fault because I did not do like a nice standing default as his first behavior. So he just kind of set to, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this and that. And so we're working on fixing that. But I think that's what a little bit of this is. So that's why I'm getting so many different behaviors. He's not being bad. He's just trying to do different things. So he is trying to figure it out, which is good. But I don't really want quite that much movement. And don't be afraid if your horse gets worried. Just drop the rope. That's why I have it over. It's not attached to him. Do not attach it. Do not tie it to your horse. So I can just let go and it's not a big deal. It'll slide right off. So I'm going to do a little bit of rope desensitizing as the girth. Just throw that in while I'm while I'm at it. He already has the surf signal on, so it's just kind of another thing. I'm gonna slide it back a little bit more in his belly, kind of work on that, see how he feels about just the rope moving around and like some girth pressure a little bit further back on his belly. And I'm just gonna take the slack out and click at the same time. And we can do that a few times. Just since I had the rope out, I'm just gonna play with that for a minute. But he looks great. I love that. I did do this before um, I put the stir single on. I'm not sure where that footage went, but he did do that before.